News, Nairobi.
Now, meanwhile, the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya coalition has announced the return of the public barazas, where it plans to give its supporters the next course of action after the finance bill was passed by members of the National Assembly. Now, speaking at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation, the coalition principal, that is Martha Karua, actually called out the Kenya Kwanza regime for allegedly bulldozing the finance bill through despite the calls for withdrawal of contentious clauses in the bill, especially on the 16% VAT. And KTN's political affairs reporter, Emmanuel To, has the details.
The Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Brigade reconvened just a few hours after the National Assembly passed the contentious Finance Bill 2023, with coalition leaders urging Kenyans to act now. The leadership had taken a backseat to allow the parliamentary process, and now the Azimio leaders have announced a date when they will give the next course of action.
We have decided to invite Kenyans to a consultation at the Kamukuji grounds next Tuesday, the 27th of June at 10 a.m., where the next course of action will be decided. Tuesday is the determinant. As we have said, an institution called Parliament gets its mandate from the people, but the people retain the residual power. The executive, the judiciary, everybody, every state officer gets mandate from the people. The people will meet at Kamukunji grounds and they will roar back.
Azimio claims that the government ignored their calls to lower the cost of living by withdrawing what they call punitive taxes.
They are getting subsidies to import cooking oil, maize, sugar, rice, among others, as we saw in the media expose recently. And this is all at the expense of vulnerable Kenyans. In this finance bill, the regime's corruption is properly budgeted for.
Speaking at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation, the Azimio leadership lauded its members in parliament for putting up a spirited fight against the Kenya Kwanza's tyranny of numbers. The Kenya Kwanza Brigade drew the first blood in the first round of the physical vote on the floor of the House, where it got 189 votes against Azimio's paltry 87.
As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
And went on with the same pace to the last vote, where it garnered 184 votes, while Azimio only managed 72. 6 out of 7 Azimio legislators had, however, been suspended from the House following an altercation in Parliament. After a heated session, the National Assembly passed all 87 clauses of the finance bill, including the controversial 16% VAT on fuel.
The proposed amendment as it is in clause 76, 31B3, as it is in the order paper, that the affordable housing levy not to be used for any other purpose other than the development of affordable housing.
Elsewhere, Westlands MP Tim Wanyonyi told Kenyans to brace for tough times ahead.
Kwa hivyo mjitayarishe, mfunge mishipi, nyinyi mtembee, mjue ya kwamba nyinyi ndio mliweka hii serikali mamlakani, mjue vile mnatembea na hao, si ndio? Lakini baba bado yuko.
Azimio principal Raila Odinga and the Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka are out of the country and are expected to jet back before the Tuesday's event. And after weeks of grueling contests, the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya coalition now takes the war on the Finance Bill 2023 back to the people, with a meeting slated for Kamukunji grounds next week, Tuesday, here in Nairobi. Emmanuel To, KTN News, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation.